So I've just bought possibly the worst ex-police car for sale in the UK. So what we got then, so it's obviously a Mark 1 Octavia in Y, but it's not just any normal Octavia, it's a VRS, which I believe stands for Victory Rally Sport, or RS in the continent. I don't think we was allowed to use that in the UK, something to do with Ford, who knows. So anyway, it's a VRS Mark 1. When these were released, they were quite a sought after car. So it's based on the Mark 4 Golf platform, which is the same as lots of cars of that era, early noughties VAG car. However, this is arguably better than the equivalent Golf GTI at the time, and this is why. Front and rear vented discs as standard, and I think the front ones are bigger than the Mark 4 Golf GTI ones. A very practical boot, and a 180 horsepower engine as standard, whereas the Golf was only 150 horsepower. So this is the 1.8 VAG engine, turbocharged, 20 valve, banned in lots of bad cars of that era, and they're pretty well liked in the tuning world. My first experience of a modified one though. So why did I buy it? Well, that is a very good question. It came up cheap on Facebook Marketplace. I looked at it and thought, you know what, these are a future classic. I used to like them back in the day. They were quite quick for the time and good fun. And I just thought, you know what, I need a little project. So sod it, let's buy it. So as you can probably see, it's got some mods. So we've got hard pipe intercooler kit, induction kit. We've got a K04 turbo, so that's off like a 225 engine. We've also got a big front mount intercooler. It's got a 6-speed O2M gearbox from a TT, I'd imagine, 6-speed. It's got these rather special OZ racing wheels. Now these are 18-inch wheels, and they're worth nearly as much as what I paid for the car. So nice little Brucey bonus then. It's got the WRC spoiler. Now this is off the WRC model, which is quite rare and also in white. Now if you know much about these Octavias, you could only get white Octavia VRSs in two models. That is a police version, which this is, and the WRC model. So this is quite rare. It's also got a 3-inch turbo back exhaust, and that's pretty fancy, and there's a bill in the car for 600 quid for that. Impressive. And it's been mapped to 235 horsepower, which isn't massive amounts for today's standard. However, it's quite a light car. It's quite a tinny car compared to modern stuff. It's surprisingly quite nippy, or should I say fast, for what it is. So, what are the plans? Well, the whole car is really tatty. Needs lots of bodywork, lots of paint, lots of love. The front mount intercooler has been thrown on. It's got some lovely bits on it, just not very well put together. So I want to kind of reverse all that and make it nice again. So take the bumper off, make the intercooler fit properly. I'm going to paint it black so it doesn't stand out so much. Paint the front bumper. I'll paint the roof again because there's a crack where the light bar used to be. Just tied it up. It needs a new door card. Door card's worn out. The interior is filthy and it's got loads of water ingress. So I think the bulkhead drains or something on it are blocked, hence why there's loads of water inside. Just stuff like that. I just need to dechav it a little bit, get rid of the sun visor, just horrible things like that, get rid of the smoke back windows and give it a really good valet and lots of love. That's what she needs. This wing also needs replacing. As you can see, it's all dinted. Stuff like this. Just little things like that will really let the car down. Currently the brakes are lime green and very rusty. However, they are actually, well, they look to be in very good condition. I think it's just because it's been sat. I'm going to paint the calipers to correct like mint green they should be. And I'm also going to spray the spoiler again because you can probably hear this. Sounds like sandpaper. The paint job's terrible. So yeah, the car's absolutely disgustingly dirty. The interior is filthy, the exterior is filthy, the engine bay is disgusting. Everything just wants lots of love, a bit of paint here and there, a bit of TLC. But one thing I will say about this car, it does sound pretty decent, although probably a little bit too chavvy, or should I say whistly, for my liking, but does sound decent. What do you reckon? The plan now is to put it on the lift and just have a look underneath and see if it needs anything for MOT. Let's get on the lift. So one of the cool features about this car is it's got a calibrated speedo. So that basically means if it's doing 60 on a speedo, it's actually doing 60, not 58, 57, anything like that. So being a VRS model, this wouldn't have been a standard police car. This would have been like a police interceptor's car or something along them lines. All right, so looking underneath, it doesn't look too bad. Slight oil leak on the turbo there. CV boot gator there is split. That's the 6-speed gearbox conversion. Bit of an oil leak up there as well, coming from higher up by the looks of things. Wheel arch is broken, nice. Again, another CV boot, that one there starting to go. There's the turbo back though, that's pretty cool. Big old thing. That's not so cool though. What a bog. So that is the downstream lambda sensor. This is meant to go post-cat. There's no cats. The irony here is this is a ex-police car, which isn't road legal. I think what I'll do, I'll fit a cat here. Hopefully this sensor will still work. I can put that back in. I can tidy all this up. Sills are a bit damaged, a bit dinted. Not ideal if I'm honest. Again, I can repair that. It's only steel. I can cut that out and put new bits in. It feels pretty solid. So, might be able to just straighten it. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's got the coilovers fitted. That's the factory colour green, what they should be for the calipers. So we're going to paint them again. Bit of a blow on the exhaust up there. Nothing too serious though. It's got a Michelin Pilot Sport tyres, which would be quite expensive, I'd imagine. So that's a nice little bonus. A little bit rusty, as you can imagine, for its age, but overall, fairly solid car. And with some love, it's going to be, hopefully, nice again. So that's my new project. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm looking forward to putting some life back into the 20-year-old Gil. And obviously, this would have been a decent police car back in its day. It wasn't a 1.9 diesel like most of them were. This is a 1.8 turbocharged petrol, relatively quick car for its day. So it would have been used for catching a lot of criminals and stuff. So yeah, it'd be nice to just put some history back on the road. So if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. See you later. Bye bye.